Magandang araw mga kababayan. This is Dante Klink ang II, Chairperson of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. The CFO is the government agency that helps Filipino immigrants prepare for a successful life overseas. Unlike other migrant-focused agencies, the CFO plays a unique role in strengthening the economic, cultural, and political ties between Filipinos overseas and the Philippines. Even before our kababayan leave for foreign lands, CFO equips immigrants with information and helps them easily integrate into their destination countries and prepares them to become successful ambassadors of Filipino culture and excellence. For us at the Commission on Filipinos Overseas, the global Filipino diaspora is an untapped resource beyond remittances, waiting to be unlocked for intellectual, cultural, and national growth. As we strengthen a fabric that connects the global Filipino community through various programs and initiatives, we transform the challenges of brain drain into opportunities of brain gain. The CFO seeks to nurture the strong sense of Filipino community across the globe, while also encouraging them to contribute to the nation's development. We thank Radyo Pilipinas for giving us this platform to the challenges and triumphs of migration and development. We hope that the global Pinoy will be made aware of the programs and services that empower them toward meaningful migration and pave the way to immigrant success. Tandaan kabayan, para sa inyo ito, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Narito na ang programang mag-uugnay sa mga Pilipinong naninirahan sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Serbisyong hatid ng Commission on Filipino Overseas at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Ang programang magtatampok sa mga proyekto at serbisyo publiko upang mapalakas ang ugnayan ng milyong-milyong Pilipino sa kanilang bansang pinagmulan. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Tinig ng bayan, lakas ng katotohanan.
Himpapawid na may layuning paglingkuran ang mamamayan.
Sa bawat kwento may diwa ng serbisyo.
Sa bawat balita may puso at paninindigan. Ito ang
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Magandang araw Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao.
Magandang araw sa lahat ng Pilipino saan mang panig ng mundo.
Ito ang tambalang
JK Magracia
at Ares Gutierrez. Kayo'y nakikinig sa Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas, handog ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas at ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayon ay Martes, ika-25 ng Nobyembre, taong kasalukuyan. Magtungo po tayo sa mga balita na may kinalaman sa ating mga overseas Pinoys.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
CFO conducts social security training for frontline personnel.
Secretary Dante Klink ang II leads CFO's two-day planning for FY 2026.
CFO mandate and projects featured in OFW Congress in La Union.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Commission on Filipinos Overseas, in partnership with the Social Security System, conducted on November 19 an orientation on SSS programs and the portability of Social Security benefits for overseas Filipinos. The collaboration activities sought to strengthen the CFO's advocacy for pension portability and ensure that Filipino migrants are thoroughly informed of their Social Security rights and entitlements. The SSS affirmed its commitment to continued engagement with the CFO and proposes a memorandum of understanding to further promote SSS programs and services among CFO's constituents. In support of this, the CFO requested contact information for SSS offices in host countries to enable pre-departure orientation seminar officers to provide accurate guidance to Filipino migrants regarding local social security offices and services.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Commission on Filipinos Overseas conducted on November 20 to 21 its strategic planning for FY 2026 with an emphasis on diaspora engagement and harnessing the potential of Filipinos overseas for national development. CFO Chairperson Secretary Dante Klink Ang II led the strategic planning with a directive of efficiently utilizing the Commission's resources towards a stronger and impactful diaspora engagement. Beyond serving constituents, the Secretary also stressed that the CFO must foster a workplace environment where employees grow professionally and are treated with dignity and respect.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Commission on Filipinos Overseas presented on November 20 its mandate, projects, and initiatives during the Overseas Filipino Workers Congress in La Union. The OFW Congress aims to equip OFW returnees with knowledge in accessing available government services and opportunities for their welfare. The CFO, through the Balinkbayan Project, served as a resource speaker for the event. CFO Project Management Division Emigrant Services Officers Marie Linda Santos and Jairus Patrick Madlangbayan discussed the Commission's programs and services incorporating La Union's OFW and diaspora-related initiatives. Governor Mario Eduardo Ortega, through a representative from his office, also expressed his support for La Union's first OFW Congress, citing how the event builds a stronger connection among OFWs and the government. He then recognized CFO in its contributions to the success of the Congress. Aside from the CFO, other government agencies from the Ilocos region were also present in the event, including the Department of Migrant Workers, the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, PhilHealth, and the Social Security System.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayong araw ay tatalakayin po natin ang programa ng Blas Ople Resource Center para sa ating mga overseas Filipinos.
Sa ating mga viewers and listeners, iniimbitahan po namin kayo na magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan sa pamamagitan ng pagkomento sa ating Facebook Live pages. Babasahin po namin ito mamaya lamang. Kasalukuyan po tayo napapanood sa official Facebook pages ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service at ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas.
Ipapakilala po ng aking partner ang ating espesyal na panauhin na pinaunlakan tayo mula pa sa Serbia.
Ako.
I think it's 7 hours. So
kaya nga talagang sana mabigyan ko ng honor yung ating guest sa aking introduction. Siya ay kasalukuyang president of the Blas F. Ople Policy Center and Training Institute, an NGO dedicated to advocating for the rights and welfare of overseas Filipinos workers and combating illegal recruitment and human trafficking. She is the granddaughter of the late Senator Blas F. Ople, widely recognized as the father of OFWs, and the daughter of the late Secretary of the Department of Migrant Workers, Susan Toots Ople. Under her leadership, the Ople Center continues its critical work of monitoring global labor markets, conducting research for OFW vulnerabilities, and pushing for key policy reforms concerning migration and reintegration. She is an authoritative voice in national discourse on labor diplomacy, often providing expert commentary and policy recommendations to the Congress and various government agencies. She is focused on ensuring the DMW's mandate is fully realized and that every Filipino worker abroad is afforded comprehensive protection, timely assistance, and viable reintegration programs upon their return home. Ladies and gentlemen, yung ating mga tagapakinig, si Miss Estel Ople Osorio.
Hi, Estel. Kumusta ka na, Estel? It's been a long
Okay
time.
naman po. Maraming salamat po, Tito Ares and Attorney Magracia, for inviting me and thinking of the Ople Center.
Ayun nga, Estel. No? Alam niyo, mga mga kaibigan, ito pong si Estel ay lumaki po sa amin ito dahil maliit pa to ay dala-dala na ng kanyang ina sa mga lakad namin. Lalo na nung nagkikita kami madalas when I was still an OFW at pag umuwi ako ay nagkikita kami ni Secretary Toots Ople. So, kaya pagpasensyahan na po kung first name basis ako kay Estel dahil hindi po ako sanay na tawagin siyang Miss Osorio. So,
Opo, Tito Ares. Hindi rin po ako sanay maging ang tawag nito, matawag din po nun.
Anyway, Estel, nang iwanan tayo ng iyong mommy more than 2 years ago, I remember you parang pledging, no? That you vowed to continue the mission and legacy that started with your lolo, former Labor Minister, Secretary of Foreign Affairs, and Senate President Blas Ople. Kumusta na ngayon ang Ople Center na ikaw na ngayon ang on top, you're the head, what's keeping you busy?
Opo, bale po, actually, there was a steep learning curve for me because Tito Ares, as you know, prior to this, I was a member of the board of the Ople Center, but I was a private citizen lang. Si Mommy talaga ang magaling dito, no? But thankfully, I think the fact that our doors are still open, that we still have programs for OFWs. We are currently in the Interagency Council Against Trafficking, also in the National Poverty Commission, representing migrant workers' concerns. And then, rin po, aside from that, we signed a partnership with the DMW as well earlier this year. So, hindi ko man po kaya yung level nung nanay ko. I think na malaking bagay na andito pa rin po tayo. Pwede pa rin pong dumulog ng tulong ang mga distressed OFWs sa Ople Center. Maganda po relasyon namin sa DMW at sa OWA. Kasi syempre po, 'di ba, kilala niyo naman si Sec Hans, si Admin PY. So kunyari may urgent cases po kami na nag-try na magpunta sa DMW, hindi pa po natutulungan naman po. And we have existing na grants din po. Nakakuha kami ng grants this year, allowing us to give livelihood programs and employment skills development for, I think, 100 OFWs. Yun. Maliban pa po sa meron pa po kaming ngayon wino-work on, may bago kaming dalawa na grant. So, one of them is yung personalized. Tinitingnan po namin. Dream po kasi to ni Mom when I watched her old interviews as secretary of the DMW. When she was interviewed, she said na sana daw yung reintegration program ng government mas personalized. Parang mas, kunyari, pag uwi ng OFW, yung tatanungin ka, ano bang gusto mo maging? 'Di ba? Parang gusto mo ba magnegosyo? Gusto mo ba magtrabaho uli? Anong trabaho gusto mo dito? So, right now, the DMW is doing a really good job naman with reintegration, but we're going to try out with 20 beneficiaries to see if meron kami ma-develop na tools na maihahain naman namin sa DMW na, okay, ito scorecard, dito nyo malalaman kung gaano sila kadesperado, na baka mamaya kumapit uli yan sa patalim, umalis ng illegal recruitment uli, mabiktima uli, yon. So, yun yung dinedevelop po namin ngayon. With Arise Foundation and with Health Carousel naman po, tumutulong din kami mag-develop ngayon ng modules for deployment for healthcare workers naman po. Okay. Yun
Estel,
po. Dami ko sinagot.
Actually, sa dami ng ginagawa ng Ople Center ever since, hindi talagang mahabang discussions ito. Pero attorney, no, for the record, yung 1343 hotline, that was a brainchild of Secretary Toots Ople.
Nice.
Noon
Hindi ko po
pa.
alam yun.
Pinag-uusapan niya namin yung mami mo eh. Kasi remember, Estel, nung OFW pa ako, lagi talaga kami nagkikita ni mami mo. And then she consults me on some matters. Kasi syempre, practical application yun sa akin dahil ako yung end user. So, isa sa ang lagi kasi nating problema na hinaharap is yung mga distressed OFWs na nahihirapan umaccess directly sa government. So, ang nangyayari, pag alam nila na nasa media kami, kasi dito sa Pilipinas, ang perception is napaka-powerful ng media. Pero it's a different thing when you are overseas. So, kami naman, pag may nilapit sa amin, nilalapit namin sa Ople Center. And pag ang Ople Center ang kumilos, talagang may resultang mangyayari. Like, I can cite one example when there were 163 bus drivers who were victims of illegal recruitment in Dubai. Ople Center talaga ang tumutok doon. I'm sure naalala mo yan. Napakarami talaga na bus drivers na niloko. Halos naubos ang bus driver sa EDSA dahil dinala sa Dubai. Anyway, yun nga, brainchild yun ng mami mo. I'm giving credit to Secretary Toots Ople for that 1343 idea. Kasi sabi niya, dapat may hotline. Noon pa niya sinasabi yan. Nagawa naman at nangyari naman and it's working. Pero yung may
partner,
yes.
May tanong ako regarding dyan kay Ma'am Estel kasi total pinag-uusapan niyo na rin yung 1343 kung paano paraan para mag-voice out ng mga concerns and issue. Ma'am Estel, sa niyo po, kanina po, nabanggit ninyo po yung inyong coordination with DMW pag may mga nilalapit po kayo. Sa kasulukuyan po, based on your monitoring po sa mga mga activities na ginagawa nyo, ano po masasabi nyo yung pinaka-critical na mga issues na kinaharap ng ating mga overseas Filipinos? Not just yung ating mga workers, but overseas Filipinos in general po, Ma'am Estel.
Sige po. Kasi po yung sa amin, usually po pag humingi na sila ng tulong sa amin, medyo dire na yung situation. And because we have limited manpower, I have sometimes I'm the one who's handling the cases din talaga. And yung cases usually Middle East. So I would say maybe still it's 90% Middle East. For non-Middle East cases, usually it's Scam Hub naman. So yung Scam Hub din, actually malaking percentage din pala siya kasi kung iisipin mo, isa lang yung lalapit sa amin pero ang nagpapa-rescue. In my case, I think 23, isa lang yung kausap namin kasi isa lang yung nakapuslit ng cellphone. Pero yung sa Middle East, usually it's usually nga babae. One domestic worker, humihingi ng tulong. Ang worst na na-encounter ko, sabi niya, naririnig niya yung boss niya, pinagpaplanuhin kung paano siya papatayin. So nakakulong siya, kinulong na siya sa loob. Hindi niya alam kung anong gagawin niya kasi nga tinethreaten siya nung employer niya na dadalhin siya sa disyerto. Tapos iiwan na siya doon ng wala nang buhay kasi galit na galit sa kanya. So, yun, napauwi natin yun. So, ano nga po pala yung tanong? Yung biggest problems and concerns, I think, is still with the vulnerable categories of work, especially domestic workers in the Middle East. And then second, na rising concern is or at least for the last, ever since I became the president of the Ople Center, is yung naloloko sila na mag-work for a scam hub. So, usually, re-recruit sila sa Facebook. Nakita ko na yung actual na recruitment material. Ang ganda kasi ng pinapangako sa kanila. Parang may sports pa, may volleyball, ganyan. 50,000 pesos or $1,000 a month plus incentives and bonuses. Parang free accommodation, ganun. Tapos, ang tina-target nila hindi mga taga-probinsya. Some of them are actually call center workers in Metro Manila, educated na.
Oo nga eh.
Padadala namin kayo ng libreng ticket, magtatrabaho kayo dito sa Bangkok. Punta lang kayo as tourist. So pagdating sa Bangkok, usually dinadala na sila via van.
Sa Cambodia,
Tapos
no?
itatawid sila sa Myanmar. And then pag nandun na sila, doon nila malalaman talaga kung ano yung work that's waiting for them, which is mang-scam ng ibang tao. And if hindi sila makakwota, binubugbog sila. Binubugbog sila, hindi sila pinapakain, pinapahiya sila sa harap ng iba, tapos hindi nabibigyan ng sweldo. So, yun yung isa pa na kadalasan na encounter namin. With regards to yung kasi parang yun din yung sinabi ko sa Ople Center ngayon. Even if limited lang kami, I hope na hindi lang din tayo nakafocus sa distressed. So, the Ople Center has always been yung huling takbuhan na kapag wala talaga wala silang mahinga ng tulong. We helped knock on the doors of our government, and we're very grateful to Sec Hans and Admin PY kasi talaga namang todo support sila. But I told the Ople Center, we also have to engage with OFWs that are doing well, and we want to prevent them from having problems in the future. So we actually did financial literacy and government service caravan, similar to what I overheard your kwento kanina about what's going on with the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. So similar, no? We wanted to let them know ito yung mga programa ng gobyerno, ito yung mga pwede yung i-avail. Alam nyo ba na, kunyari sa OF Bank, alam nyo bang walang maintaining balance? Na wala kayong kailangang ilabas na pera, may account na kayo. Tapos alam nyo ba na madaling mag-remit? Kung yung kamag-anak nyo sa Pilipinas may OF Bank, tapos kayo may OF Bank kayo, walang bayad yun, magpadala ng
Transfer
pera.
na lang,
So yung mga ganon, we are letting them know about this. We went to Manila, Davao, Iloilo, Bacolod, Cebu. Ang partner namin, Amo Soup and Sun Life, and yung government offices. Doon yung Pag-ibig, pwede silang magpagawa ng card, yung PhilHealth, pwede silang mag-inquire. We told them about gaano kadali yung e-consulta program ng ng PhilHealth, ganon. So, yun po yung mga kasi yung OFWs and their families naman, not all of them are distressed, but all of them are confused sometimes with government bureaucracy, what kind of benefits do they have. So I think our role lang naman is like an intermediary na pag may opportunity kami to just basically tell them, your government is working for you. Baka hindi nyo lang alam how much these people work. I know because I saw my mother work. I know how the people in the DMW work. I know how difficult it is, Tito Ares. You're currently working in government. Minsan hanggang weekend, yung mga talagang tapat na public servant, walang oras yan. So, we want to always emphasize na, yes, government can improve and we want to help. Kaya nga may mga suggestions kami, may mga programs kami na nag-iisip kami ng bagong module, tapos magsasuggest kami sa government. But at the same time, people need to be educated na the government is actually offering a lot. Yun. Ang dami magandang programa ng government. Kailangan lang help disseminate natin.
Yes. Yun nga, Estelle, no? Pag naalala ko na naman yung mami mo, ang taas kasi nung standards na naset ng mami mo pagdating sa pagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. No? Imagine, yung may sakit yung mami mo, pero kung magtrabaho siya, talo pa yung walang sakit eh. So, yun nga, nabanggit mo na din yung maraming services yung government, ang ironic kasi is, naaalala na lang minsan yung government pag distress na eh. Pero pag masaya yung situation, nakita ko to when I go to the malls, dati nung OFW pa ako, yung pag dumadating yung remittance, punong-puno ang malls. Pero kulang tayo sa at that time, kulang tayo sa financial literacy. Pero ang tanong ko, Estel, is ganito, no? Malaki na ang pinagbago ng mundo. Kasi dati,
Opo.
'di ba, ang tawag sa OFW mga OCW, Overseas Contract Workers.
Inabot ko pa yan.
Oo. OCW yan. Kasi dati, hindi pa yan sila tinatawag na migrant workers, OCW, hindi pa sila OFW noon. Ang direction kasi ng mga workers is that pipirmas lang silang contract, magtatrabaho sa abroad, then eventually, pag natapos na yung contract nila, or ayaw na matanda na sila, retirement age na, uuwi na sa Pilipinas. Ganun yung dating cycle eh. Pero
Opo.
ngayon, ang nag-emerge sa cycle through the years is that yung OFW days na. Yung OFW, pag tumagal na sa abroad, doon na, nag-stay na siya. No? Hindi na
Opo.
siya, nawawala yung W, overseas Filipino na siya. So,
Opo.
many of our migrant workers opt to live abroad instead of going home for good. Kaya, ikaw Estel, bilang advocate sa welfare ng mga OFs,
Opo.
bilang advocate ng OFs, doon sa nangyayaring changes ng environment natin sa labas, may ginagawa ba kayong adjustment sa Oples Center to cope with the changes, with the changing times?
Actually po, nahihirapan din kami dyan. Kasi on the one hand, no, unang-una, generally, wala sila masyadong problema. Walang lumalapit po sa amin na problema na Filipino migrant overseas. Most of them, they just miss the country. They're wondering how to help. And I think generally, they keep to themselves. Wala naman di naman kami masyado nagkaka-interaction except pag bumabiyahe ako, tapos malalaman nila Pilipino ako, so nagkakakwentuhan. But personally, I cannot blame them din kasi. If you are, let's say, working in a country where life is better and you have the opportunity to stay there and for your next generation to basically enjoy the benefits of that country while still maintaining your Filipino heart and spirit, who are we to stop them?
Yes.
Why should we stop them? Kasi at the end of the day, it's their life. So I think yung stance ng lolo ko before, when I think it's enshrined in one law or something, is that it should be a temporary solution, yung pagwo-work abroad. Okay. But in my opinion, just my opinion, syempre, I respect my lolo's opinion. In my opinion, it should not be the goal, but we should accept the fact that some opportunities talaga are better abroad. And if their lives are better off, we welcome and support it. But I like what I heard kanina, na I heard both of you talk about, which is harnessing the Filipino talent.
Yes.
And a lot of them want to help. They want to give back. But I think they don't know how. So, yun, kung meron man nakikinig na mga Filipino immigrants or mga gustong tumulong at mag-give back sa Pilipinas uli, you can volunteer your time, your effort. We are looking for mentors also. Nung mga gusto mag-upskill, yung mga na-distress na OFW, hindi pinalad sa pag-abroad, tas hindi nila alam ano yung pwede nilang gawing trabaho, paano magsulat ng resume, paano sumagot ng job interview, or paano umangat sa buhay. Kasi sometimes, kaya sila laging nabibiktima kasi in their mind, hanggang domestic worker lang ang kaya ko.
Yes.
But if you talk to them, no, and tell them, actually, mag-attend ka lang ng konting training, pwede ka maging housekeeper. medyo mas mataas ang
Mm.
sahod nun kapag nasa housekeeping ka na, or pwede kang magtaas pa ng pangarap, pwede kang mag-caregiver, pwede
Mm.
ka rin even if mag-aral ka lang ng IT kasi wala namang boundary basta you self-upskill, no? Meron tayong dating domestic worker na ngayon BPO owner na kasi natuto siya
Wow.
ng computer at
Mm.
ng programming. So,
Mm.
one of now I think kilala mo yata to,
Oh,
Tito,
yeah, yeah,
eh.
yeah,
Kilala
yeah.
mo ba?
Naki
Oo.
pinakilala
So,
sa akin ni ma'am mo
si
yan.
Tita Mirna, 'di
Ah,
ba? So, the sky's the limit kung alam lang nila na pwede pala yun. Oo. And I think who better to teach, who better to inspire than Filipinos who have made it successful
Mm.
overseas. So yun po, I don't see that there is a problem with it. I have seen the life in Europe. I just came from Norway. Grabe talaga ang hirap dito, ang hirap labanan ng ino-offer ng kunyari ng mga bansa like Norway, eh. Imaginein nyo doon, even if worker lang kayo, pag nabuntis ka, may 30,000 euros na regalo sa iyo yung gobyerno
Wow.
nila. Paano
Mabuntis
mo
lang, ma'am.
lalabanan yun, di ba?
Wow.
Parang ang hirap, ang hirap.
Punta na lang ako
So,
doon.
ano po?
Mambubuntis ka, hindi ka mabubuntis doon, sir. Oo. Pero kidding aside, Ma'am Estel, napakaganda po ng mga insights ninyo. Pero talagang kinukulang po tayo sa oras. Siguro, Ma'am, gusto ko lang unang sabihin na na live kayo from Serbia. Sabihin niyo lang sa ating mga nakikinig at mga audience natin, mensahe na lang po para po sa kanila at mula sa Blas Ople Resource Center. Mga darating na activities nyo kung meron po.
Meron po tayong annual na Happy OFW Christmas. This is a free Christmas party for OFWs and their families. Limited slots lang nga po ito. It will be held in DMW Makati. For those of them that want to join this, or if they want to ask for help from the Ople Center sa makakaya naming tulong, they can just visit us at Blas Ople Policy Center on Facebook. That's Blas Ople Policy Center. We also have a text number. Pero mas maganda po sa messenger na lang po kayo mag-message. But 0961-811-4288. Yun po yung number ng Ople Center. So yun po. We have a lot more programs coming for 2026. And we're so grateful for the support of our government partners and our private sector partners, AVO, Sun Life, Arise, Health Carousel, and Amosup. And sana po in the future, maybe we can collaborate also with CFO.
Yes, yes, yes.
Of course.
Lalo na nga
Yes,
po for
ma'am.
yon yung baka may
I-ready
gusto
ko na, ma'am, yung
mag-mentor.
MOU.
Oo.
Yun nga, sasabihin ko pala nga, Estel, na sana when you come back from your vacation and have time, pwede sigurong dalawin mo kami sa CFO.
Yan,
At
opo.
si Tito Clint mo
Sure.
naman ang on top.
Opo, dahil sobra rin po yung paghanga ko, hindi lang po sa inyo, Tito Ares, kasi I grew up also na mom always says good things about you, but also sa ating secretary, si Secretary Dante Clink Ang, no? Sobrang taas din po ng respeto ko sa kanya because I know our families go way back and his heart is in the right place. And he's a perfect pick for CFO secretary.
Actually, siguro, patatawarin naman siguro ako ni Sir Clint kung I will spill this out. No? Na share ni Secretary Clint sa akin that it was your mom who endorsed him sa CFO.
Wow.
Opo, nakwento niya rin po sa akin. Actually, when he was appointed, I visited him at the CFO. And yun nga po, we were talking how we can possibly collaborate. Pero na-busy po lahat.
Yes.
So hopefully, maybe we can work on something together with the
Sige,
CFO in
Estel,
the future.
makita mo naman
Opo.
yung aming bagong office. Wala na kami dun sa pinuntahan mo dati.
Ay, wala na. Sana po kayo.
We are
Saan
now
po
near
kayo?
Mall of Asia in
Ay,
Pasay
wow.
City.
Opo.
Opo, lahat po yan ay malapit lang. Basta nasa Manila po
Yes,
kayo,
yes,
walang
yes.
problema.
Okay, so maraming salamat. Estelle, I hope to see you again soon. And maybe we
Invite po
can...
namin kayo sa OFW Christmas party
Yes,
dito.
please,
Pag may
please.
time ka lang.
Yes,
And we
please.
can always have coffee anytime.
Yes, you
Tito
know that.
Ares. Okay po.
Okay.
Thank you
Salamat
po,
po,
ma'am.
Attorney Magracia and Tito Ares.
Salamat,
Salamat po.
Estelle. Good night. You can resume sleeping now.
Salamat po. Bye-bye.
Sige. At yan po si Estelle Ople Osorio, ang Pangulo ng Blas Ople Policy Center. At nagdaan na naman, Attorney Carlo, ang isang araw na pagsasayang papawid para sa ating mga overseas Filipinos.
Sa bawat kwento, bawat impormasyon at bawat serbisyong hatid namin, layunin naming mapalapit ang gobyerno sa bawat Pilipino saan mang panig ng mundo.
Tandaan, kababayan, basta't balita at serbisyong publiko.
CFO, kasama mo saan man sa mundo.
Hanggang sa muli, ito ang
Serbisyong CFO sa bagong Pilipinas.
Narito na ang programang mag-uugnay sa mga Pilipinong naninirahan sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Serbisyong CFO sa bagong Pilipinas. Serbisyong hatid ng Commission on Filipino Overseas at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Ang programang magtatampok sa mga proyekto at serbisyo publiko upang mapalakas ang ugnayan ng milyong-milyong Pilipino sa kanilang bansang pinagmulan. Serbisyong CFO sa bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.